Good. Flip.
We're live, ladies.
Hey guys.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Hi,
Oh,
everyone. Great to see you all.
I
Please, as
know.
usual, give us a few minutes. We share our live feed and then we'll get this party started.
I wish I
Wow.
could play music in the background. Oh,
I
I don't
know.
know.
I figured that out last time. I don't know what was going on today. But anyway, let me copy this thing and then we'll figure that out.
I feel so excited to see you all. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I feel like
I
jumping,
know. I
shouting.
feel this.
All right.
Do it.
We have the we have it in the chat, ladies. If you want to share?
Okay. Can you guys hear the music? I don't know if it's no.
I can hear.
Okay, while we are sharing that, I'll let this one play in the background.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Well,
I'm
Okay.
enjoying that music. Oh,
Okay. Sorry, I've stopped the music.
oh,
I thought we are ready.
that music was sweet. Now that time we stop her.
Okay,
oh my
guys.
God,
Let
I
me.
love the logo. I hope our viewers
Okay.
can see the new logo at Miss Mollie's head. It's so pretty. It's cute.
Sherry says at Miss Molly's head. Hey, Sherry, you have to say for that corner, I beg.
All right. All right. Are we ready, ladies?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining. Oh, before I go this way, then of course I have to introduce everybody. So, as you all know, I'm here. You can see it from the bottom of my screen. Olivia at the Mollie Show. On my now it's going to be left, all right. We have Miss Mollie at the Mollie Show,
Hey, guys.
and down here with the very what color is that, Shereen? The
Ama-
haircut,
Oh, the haircut.
yeah,
Okay, yeah, it's not even showing
blonde,
well.
blonde,
The blonde.
blonde, yeah. And the blonde chick you see there is Miss Hereta at the Molly Show, and
Oh,
you are
God.
watching the Molly Show.
Yeah.
We are
Yes.
very, very happy to be back. As you all know, it has been a difficult month, the
Yeah.
month that just passed. We were mourning. We Miss Molly lost her mom, and we had to honor Mama. We had to honor Mama Emilia Oge
Amen.
by not having the show all that while. And we were happy that immediately that happened, we had a very brief show, and everybody came here and expressed their grief. That was a touching show that we had. We had a lot of experiences. Like people gave their stories, things that have happened to them when they lost someone, and we could connect with you all. We were so grateful for that show. And throughout this period, even though we were not going on live, we had a lot of messages from you all. Those who were asking us how the funeral was going, we're sorry it came out in a way we could not everybody could not attend, and others were checking on us to see how Miss Money was doing. That was it was so sweet of you guys. We are very, very grateful. We thank you so much for your love and support. But as you can see, we're back, and we are starting with this is going to be another level right now. We are going to have we're going to be more interactive. We're going to have daily questions. We're going to have daily, there are going to be trivias. There are going to be a lot of things on this show, and you don't want to miss it. So I'm so excited to have you here today. So let's see, Miss Molly, do you want to introduce our topic for today?
Yeah, thank you so much, Olivia. Thank you, y'all. So our topic for today is men don't talk, men don't communicate. And yeah, What do you guys think? Like, I think we have us. Sorry, I'm not. Give me 1 minute. I'm not seeing us. It's my. Is it okay? Sorry, it's my computer is messing up. Do
You're
men
fine.
communicate? Do men talk? What do you guys think? So we want this session for today to be more conversational. Drop your comments, your question, and like Olivia and Hereta always say at this show, if you have like you think you have something that you want to talk on this topic, you can tell us. Next time we'll bring you as a guest. So it's open. I'll give the floor to Henrietta. Let her take it from here, and then we roll. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Sarita, go ahead.
You're muted, girl.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Like Miss Molly said and Miss Olivia, I want to thank you all. And we're so grateful Miss Molly's here. To be very honest, I'm so excited she's here. Thank you, Mama, for coming back. And I promise you, we're gonna be there for you, your viewers, and everybody that love the Molly Show has been there for you. So don't fail to reach out to us if you need anything. We're here for you. Like they say, this topic is an interesting one. And when we're talking about it, I was like, is it about communication in a relationship or communication in a whole? To be honest with you, the Molly Show is diverse. It has everything. It has to do in a relationship. It has to be anything, anywhere. So is your man interactive? Is your man not talkative? Does your man talk in a relationship? Does he talk or is he the quiet type? And when we say quiet, what do we mean? Those people, they say they're reserved, they're introverts. You know, there's certain so many languages people use to put for somebody who's quiet. And those that talk, they say they're talkative, they're extrovert. I mean, they're out there. Is your man that type? So I want to relate this into a relationship because even if you're out there, a man, you're out there with either somebody or you're meeting people, so you're in a relationship with people. So this comes to a light of, are you open? Like talking, communicating means open to me. That's how I'm gonna put it. Do you express yourself? Do you tell your partner or whoever you're with, your wife, your mom, your aunt, anybody, do you express yourself to them? Do you communicate out with your thoughts, your feelings? That's the most important thing. Because I think in the Molly Show we had something to talk about communication most of the time, and we'd be like, don't think that people will understand you if you don't communicate. Don't think that people will understand what you're feeling, how you're feeling if you don't express yourself, you don't tell them how you feel. Don't think you sit back and assume that somebody has to understand that I'm going through this and they have to be like, okay, I'm going to do something without you communicating. You know, there's so many people that would like to sit like the introverts and the people that don't talk. But I tell you, they have thoughts in their mind, but they don't know how to express it. But I'm coming to them today, like, if you don't express it, the person next to you won't even understand. So if you're a man in a relationship and you say, oh, women talk a lot. Oh, my wife talks a lot. My girlfriend, my this talks a lot. I don't want to talk. Let me tell you, you're losing in that relationship because somebody who's talk is better than somebody who doesn't talk. Because when you talk, you express yourself, you tell them how you feel. But at that point, you not talking, the person wouldn't even understand your next step, wouldn't even know what you're doing. And for me, it's more dangerous with somebody who doesn't talk. I talk because I will express myself. It's not my body language, it's not my eyes, but I will spit it out. Like I will say it out the way it is it, because that's how it's supposed to be, so that you should know how I feel. So at this point, men, I know people are like, women talk for us. No, I can't talk for you. I can't talk for you in a relationship. Don't be like you sit back there and you're like, oh no, my wife talks, she's gonna say everything. No. Because let me tell you one thing I've noticed with men, when the women keep talking the relationship, and that's not what you want to be said out there. And when it's over, you'll be like, why did you say that? That's not what I meant. But at the same time, why did you say it what you meant? So I'm coming to tell all men, communicate, say what you have to say. You know, you don't have to yell or you don't have to express yourself negatively or positively. It doesn't matter how. Let me put it this way. It doesn't matter, but you have to say out what you feel in a relationship. If your wife has done something wrong or whoever, your girlfriend, your mom, your dad, let me even say your sister has done something, even if at your job site, you should communicate. You should say it out. Because I know one thing about communication. I remember, Miss Molly, I'm gonna narrate this to you. I remember when I came over to you when you lost your mom and you were crying. I'm like, girl, you gotta cry it out. That's your way of communicating. Like you express yourself. You know, when you say things out, you lash it out, you feel relief. You get out of all the burdens and all the many people that don't talk are depressed. For me, I want to say this. I'm sorry, you might not be depressed, but what I mean depressed, it means you're not free. You know, you're not free out there. And when you keep things so much in there comes a point that you have a break, like a break of you either like you can't stand it no more, but it's over. It's something that has passed 5 years ago. You didn't communicate it, and now you're trying to communicate it in 2024. It's not gonna relate anything. So that's gonna be like a burden, or it's gonna be like something you carry over, keep carrying over. So, men, please, wherever you are right now, speak it out, spit it out, but know the way you spit it out.
Wow.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much, Sherry. That was good. That was good. And I don't know if Olivia have and then I wanna before I hand the mic to Olivia, it's something I want to say. I want to bring us back to the topic. Like we are talking about like what Henrietta said, that was pretty good, right? But like if we could go to the angle like why men don't communicate, right? What are the reasons that can make a man not to communicate? Maybe if our viewers out there can understand it that oh the reason your man is not communicating maybe it's because of cultural expectation. The way African were brought up, they don't teach men how to communicate, like especially us from Africa. Maybe fear of judgment, right? Men don't want to be judged. Maybe the way you were brought up, yeah, your upbringing, they do not teach you how to do that. Maybe difficulty in processing emotions, right? Also, men they don't want to do it for like, let me say from this angle, avoiding conflict. Yeah, so men they say, may peace reign, you know. So yes, so maybe so at times they are in a situation where they feel overwhelmed. Maybe
Mhm.
if we talk it from this angle, and it is gonna help us a lot to like, oh, maybe my husband is not, or my sorry, I've gone back to my husband, my partner, my man
Mhm.
is not talking to me because he's overwhelmed. And then you can know how to like bring
Yeah.
him down, fix that environment, that space ready for him to communicate. I don't know if I'm making sense. I'm just
I think you're making sense. I think what I just did, I think, oh my God, Jesus, it's like I did a conclusion, girl. Now I get it. Do men communicate? So I think you're absolutely right, Miss Molly. Is like give us reasons why they communicate or they don't.
yes.
Over to you, Miss Olivia. Yep, that's absolutely you're right.
All right, ladies. Okay, let me see. I have a lot of viewers in the comment section.
Mhm. They're back.
Miss Akiambo Naya, she says hello,
Yes.
good evening, mom. She says greetings, Miss Olivia and Miss Molly. She said, Miss Fonu Senila. I hope I said that right. Who is Mister? Please forgive me if I didn't get your pronouns correctly. He says greetings to all. Miss Akiambo, I thought I could bring this. Oh yeah, there it is. Miss Akiambo Naya says, I'm glad you all are back. We are also glad to be here. Thank you so much. And she says, of course, let Mama continue to rest well.
Mhm.
And that you are a strong woman. Thank you so much. And then we have a new follower, Bazoo Granite. He says he's following. Thank you so much. And he's watching all the way from Boya. He or
Unbelievable.
she, forgive me, I cannot detect from your name or your profile picture. And then we have Festival Bonlia. That's a new name we have here on our show today. Thank you so much for joining. And he says,
Thank
he
you.
or she says
Yeah.
greetings. And we have our favorite Doha Connect, the Benedict. Thanks, Ben. Always there. Thank you so much. We have Precious Ngumgwa. That's another new name we're meeting today.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for joining. So we have a point from Festival. It says, I think naturally men are born to listen more than talking. Oh, wow. Then who should be doing the talking? Us. Thank you so much for dropping that. We want to see more of this. If you have a point, if you think what you have, if you think you have an idea of what we're talking about, please go ahead and drop it in the comment
Mm.
section. And Precious says he or she is new.
Oh,
That's
Chris.
what we're saying. We're glad to have you here. And then first of all, I said, secondly, I wish to know Are you guys talking about married men or men in general? Let's take it out there. We're talking about men in general, right? First of all, if you're listening, we're talking about men in general. It doesn't have to be husband, friend. It could be your dad. It could be your son. It could be, men. And Precious is watching all the way from Bamenda, while Festival is watching from Yaoundé. Thank you all so much. We are so glad we
We
have new
appreciate
names,
it.
new followers. Please keep them coming. Again, our topic today, as you can see on our screen, do men communicate or do men talk? We don't want it to be biased like men don't talk, because I disagree with Miss Molly and Miss Henrietta that men don't talk. Men communicate, right? I
Yeah.
think we need to see it the way they communicate. That's what I think, though.
Yeah.
Because to us ladies, we are, hey, if this is white, it is white. If it's black, it's black. Men will communicate, but not in that way. Let's go and how do they call it? Even in the bedroom, right? When it's when if they want something, they'll not just come and say that, hey, Miss Molly, climb here and let's let's have fun. But they'll have a funny way of doing it. Meanwhile, us ladies will take our time, maybe jump into the shower, put on that lingerie that we know is sexy and stuff like that. To openly tell your man that today is going to be a fun evening. That's communication, right? But men will understand that because they got into that bed early, they're waiting for you. That was just an example. So let's get into. I'll go into family. I'm not going to like husband and wife. That's why I'm disagreeing with you all a little bit. There are homes that most of us grow up. We have friends that will tell you that when their dad gets into the house, they all have to run away. Like Papa don't come, no man will go for Shilong for Palo watch TV. While there are other homes that when the man of the house comes in, they are happy, they go greet you and stuff like that, even play and have fun. So for me, it's different in every other home. There's some men who come back and tell their wife that I want to eat this. I want to eat a bit of rice and stew, and others that will bring that rice and stew, and then they will tell you that why did you cook something that I did not ask for? And maybe that other person that has that wife that knows everything she wants, that person is good at communicating. I always want to look at the fact that not everybody is the same. But most
Right.
of the time, that's why our show, when we decided to go live, most of the time we'll talk about things that we know, experience, maybe stories that we've read from the internet and stuff like that. So it's hard to have a diverse opinion, especially if all of us are ideas are aligned in the same way. So let me say this. I think not all the men don't communicate. I think a large I think their way of communication is wrong because they think that they told you I love you few months ago. It's not necessary to tell you again today because you already know that I love you. Meanwhile, your wife is waiting for you to tell her those things to get excited because in a relationship, I'm going back now to a relationship. We want to be, we want to have that fun. Everybody wants to. I don't know about everybody. I like it to be spicy at home, but
Right.
because he thinks that telling you all the time doesn't matter, but because he has already told you he loves you. So for them, he has told you about it. That's his own way of communicating. Now, the problem is, are you going to accept your man for the way of who he is? Because maybe that's how he is. He is not going to tell you those things. If you like, you tell him about it a million times. That's his own way of communicating. There are some people that communication is gift. Well, I've said this a lot of times at the show. He'll come back to the house with a brand new phone, bouquet of flowers, some jewelry. That's his own way of telling you he cares, he loves you. I love you, you're my wife. Thank you for everything you're doing. Some people like it verbal, like I'm eating this food and say, "Hi, Miss Anita, if catch and today I die." Some people want you to tell them that. Now you have to compare who you have at home. Your husband has, I'm quoting our husband. He came back with a bouquet of flowers. That's to tell that he's appreciating you in everything you do. That's his own means of communication. And another person that when you cook, the person really tells you, man, I love this meal. That's his own means of communication. Accept yours and move on. There's some that will not change. This is my own point of view. There are some people that will not change. They will not tell you word for word what you need to hear, but they'll have many ways of communicating. So for me, I think men communicate, their ways are just different. What do you think, Miss Molly? Oh, okay, but before we let
Yeah.
me just take this comment.
Okay, go ahead.
So Precious say men communicate a lot, and it depends on the circumstances. Okay, thank you, Precious, for that. And then he or she, I'm so sorry, Precious. I don't know if I'm saying your pronouns right. Say like our house when we're small, when our dad is not around, always happy. Yeah, okay. I think Precious was talking when I was going to that example. Thank you
Mm-hmm.
so much. Please, again, do not hesitate. Let us see she. All right, thank you, Precious. Is a lady. Thanks, Precious, for correcting me. Okay, so now before we go to Miss Molly, let us get our topic clear, right? So men communicate. Do you think men communicate? And we're not tying it to husband or boyfriend. If you see Miss Molly, Miss Henrietta, and I are quoting what we have at home, it's just because we quote maybe our husbands and stuff like that. If you have any other means, if you are talking about any other man, be it your brother, your dad, or any person, it doesn't have to be your partner. Please do not
Yeah.
hesitate to drop your comment. Thank you, Miss Molly.
Yeah, it's a gender. We are just talking about men as a whole. It's a gender.
Mhm,
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. Like men communicate, yeah, yeah. Most men don't, and like you said, they communicate differently, right? Which is
mhm,
true. And then there's something that you said that you said, oh, some people will never change. Yeah, some people will never change, and some people will also change. Yeah,
mhm,
there are some people that they don't know how to communicate. Yes,
mhm,
they don't know. There are some men, sorry, most men, let me put it this way, most know how to communicate, right? You said that, oh, if you have somebody like that in your life, you accept them. That's how they are. I feel like if we have people in our lives, men in our lives, be it our partner, our brothers, our sibling, whatever relationship we have with that person, it is
mhm,
up to us to make that safe space for that person to communicate, right? You cannot be in a with somebody, or when I say relationship, it doesn't have to be dating your father or whoever the family member is, and they don't communicate the way you expect them to communicate. I feel like say men communicate differently, yeah. But if you are my father, and you are bringing me flower, that's your own way of saying that, oh, my daughter, I love you. Or for my birthday, you send me a card, I love you. You are giving the communication that way. But what if I want you to communicate a different way? Maybe I don't want you to give me a present, I want you to be there. Yeah, okay. If I just, that's how he is, but how is he going to know that he can fix it, he can do the communication in a better way? So I feel like most men don't know how to communicate. I feel like most men don't know how to communicate. And if you could tell them what you expect, I think some of them are willing to work on it. Some of them are willing to work on it. So I would disagree with the fact that you cannot just say, okay, this is how he is. I feel like from a place of love, even though I know that some people are so, it's not easy for them to be like, oh, you want, it's not about I want you, it's about I want us to communicate better. Because most of the time, if you want to interview some people, most of the time in the long run, their relationship maybe with their father, their brother, it gets to a point where it's just so difficult. You're like, I cannot take it no more. I cannot take it no more, because you have kept it inside. So now, so that person they, but some people don't just know how to communicate. Yeah, some people don't know how to communicate. So I get what you're saying, that, oh, they can, what when they communicate differently. Yeah, you communicate differently. That's the problem of that different way of communicating. That's why this topic is here. Because if you call a lot of us women, maybe it's just our gender, like you were saying, maybe we expect a lot from that communication field. If you ask a lot of men, they'll tell you that most men don't communicate, right? They don't communicate. Maybe they are communicating in their own way, like Olivia said, which is true. But most of the time, you need more communication to get to take that relationship to another level. Be it your partner, be it your brother, be it your dad. You just need a better communication. So I still stand on the point that not knowing how to communicate is one of the problems, that some people don't communicate correctly. So if we could, like, you have a brother, you have a sibling, you have a relative, anybody in your life, or in your little world that you are, the people you interact with. And I feel like we should, like, let them know that, okay, I expect you to do so, I expect you to do like this, I expect you to do like this. because it takes two to work a relationship, be it whatever relationship. And if the communication is not really going well, it makes it difficult for the other person. It's like the other person have to work extremely hard. But what if we just pour it out there that, oh, I expect you to come and meet me here, and I meet you here, and we work together. That's just my own point of view from that angle. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, before we go to Ms. Rita, let me take some questions, right? Suggestions. We have Flondi, Lawrence, or Lawrence. I said it in the French way. Most men communicate, but it depends on the kind of wife. Flondi, can you? I like that, but yeah, let us know what you mean by that. You can. Hey, it's an open page. Please continue to jot down the points relating to that. That's interesting, right there. We want to know the end of that one. Okay. And then we have Festival says, I think men communicate more than women, but don't talk more than women. And the force of communication to sometimes go with context. Okay, that's a good one. Thank you, Festival. We were taking all the opinions, right? Like we said, we're not biased here. So please
Yes.
don't hold back. If you have any idea, any suggestion, any comments that you want to drop, please drop them here. And we have Dora Joe. She says, good evening. Hey, thank you for always being there. And she says it's nice having you guys here. We are glad you're here today. And Flondi says, really not everybody knows how to communicate. So Dora says, I think men communicate that in relationship. Okay, I did not understand that well. I think you're saying you think men communicate in relationship, but please, like I said, we're still open. Please drop the comments if you want to make corrections. That's fine. We're still here. And we have Mr. Fortem Gilbert watching from Texas. Thank you always for joining us. We appreciate it. All right, Mr. Rita.
I know. While you were writing all that, I was really reading some of those comments, and there's this one that I want to understand. I know that in Africa, like we said, when the dad is coming, kids go away, and I want to relate it to a communication level there. But for me, I think that sometimes your kids will run away from mom or dad. I don't think it's communication. For me, I was thinking that it might be that the dad is brutal. Is when he comes, he tells the kids like he beats the kids or he gets angry. I think that's why, because if you have somebody that comes and shows love and asks you guys nicely what people are doing, I think that's another way. I was wondering, why do kids run away from their parents?
If you want, I can correct what I was trying to say on that point. I was talking about two homes, right? I was not talking about husband, wife. I was talking about fathers, right? There are some people who will tell you that when they were growing up, their father does not communicate with them. That's what I was trying to say. Like when their father is that person that will not say anything to them. I know homes like that. That when they get home, they just go
So
get their
better you
food
walk.
and everybody runs away, right?
Yes.
While there are others that when the father comes, you ask them, how was their day? Did you go to school today? What happened? Like that communication is there. That's what I was talking about.
That makes sense. You see now, makes sense. Thank you, Miss Olivia, for that. And I want to talk about communication. I know somebody was saying men do communicate a lot, but in this perspective, I'm bringing back myself to something like this: do men communicate or talk? What is communication? That's what I also understand, because there are so many forms of communication, but the main thing when somebody just tells you, oh, say my brother no communicate for me, oh, my sister didn't tell me this, didn't communicate this to me, is talking. I mean, I know people will be like, they communicate in different ways. I agree. But 80% of communication has to be verbal. You have to say it out. 20% you can do other things to show that you're communicating. But there's something in life that when somebody talks to you, the feeling, the care, and the concern you have is more than when somebody gives you something. When a relationship where you have issues, even in families, with your brothers and sisters, when they talk to you, it's like somebody expressing themselves, like telling you how they feel inside. You can bring me flowers. I'll quote myself, like Miss Olivia said, all of us are married. I think it was like before we had this MVT thing. When we came back, I think I had some issues. And my husband brought me flowers. uh I I was okay and all that, but after 2 days, I told him, you know what? I don't want flowers.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. I know you don't talk. My husband doesn't talk. But I make him to understand that in this relationship where we are now for 16 years, I really can't keep up with these flowers and things. No. I want you to say it out. Because to be honest with you, I believe, and I told him that when you say something out, I feel like not that you're sincere, because talking doesn't mean action. You can go back and do the same thing. But it's like you taking out something from you that you're holding, you're talking it, you're expressing yourself, you're letting go your ego, you're letting go your pride. Because sometimes people don't talk because either there's too much ego, they don't want to, like I think Miss Molly said, they don't want to be embarrassed or all that. But be embarrassed with something you know you have to say that is going to help something to move on. Be embarrassed. Be stupid. Be dumb. Be like I don't know how to put it, but just be stupid to make things work. Meanwhile, you know it's gonna help you and that person and your mom or your dad. You might hurt your mom somehow. You might hurt your dad or your friend or whoever. Talk it out, man. It doesn't hurt you. It doesn't do anything. I wrote it down. I'm trying to bring this one back to forgiveness. That's what I wanted. Forgiveness in a relationship. That's what I want to put that. Do men communicate in relationship when it comes to forgiveness? When they have to forgive, do they say it out? How do they express themselves? I know you bring flowers. You might bring designer bags. You might bring this. But I remember, I know that when I was growing as a girl, girls will always be like, "Oh, you think so that Yahoo, that beige, that bread or that chocolate you're bringing?" Some just need you to talk it out, man. Please, if just say it. Tell them you're sorry. Tell them, because let me tell you something. Imagine that you have your brother. He does something to you, like you kept your money in your pinky bag or something. He takes it away, and then the only way he can communicate to you is bring it back, put it in the pinky bag. No, that's wrong for me. You tell me you're sorry, then you can flip my money back and put it back, because what you did was wrong. Say it out. Don't just feel like, okay, you just like in your mind, okay, I'll go put your money back. I just go and put the money. Nah, that's for me. That's disrespectful. You have to express yourself like, okay, I think I did something wrong. I hurt you. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna bring it back. That makes sense. Don't bring too much ego, because let me tell you, if you think that you hurt somebody that, and then you just bring material things and you think it's okay, it's not. So for me, in a relationship with forgiveness, that's why I brought this one of communication. I know we said men have their ego. I'll bring that. And sometimes they don't want to tell you that because of their friends. Some friends will be like, don't even tell your wife, don't tell her you're sorry. Just go give her that. Some friends will tell you to do things that they might not even do in their home. So don't listen to them. And again, I also talked of some men were born like that. They were like introverts, their parents. Like Miss Olivia said, she made a very good statement on that, because when those men grow and see what their dad did, they want to keep doing it. Exactly. And at the end of it, the person that you in with in the relation is not the same person your mom is with your dad. Those are two individuals. My mom must figure it out like, okay, that's how boo boo is. I'm just gonna deal with it. But your own boo that you have right there, she can't deal with that. If she wants you to speak it out, say it out. Tell her. That's why I'm coming to bird, friends, and ego. And your feelings. I love gifts, but you can give me gifts when it doesn't have to be forgiveness. Tell me things, and then in like 2 weeks or whatever, like in a month, just go bring it. Like, oh babe, I think you've been doing great, you're awesome. I use the word to give me those things, not to be like, you just take. No, I'm bringing it to relationship. Men, please. Some women too don't talk, but we're talking about men here. Just say it out. Say it out. It's gonna make your relationship more spicy. It's I want to talk about forgiveness in another way. When you have a problem with your man, he thinks another communication is making love to you. They always think that if they have to make love with you at that time, it's over. No. They don't solve that problem. And they don't even say it out. They just push you. Like they figure it out. Like Oh man, man, I love sex, but Papa, say it out. Tell me you're sorry, and we can figure it out through that way. I'm good, but don't use sex to think that you'll be forgiven, because we women we so elastic that after that we bounce back and we bounce back to that person, and boop, we're back like, why did you do that? Immediately after that, like, why did you do that? So please, I'm bringing about communication and forgiveness in a relationship. So many men don't do that. Like 70 over 30% of men do that, but 70% they don't. So please, men, step up. You should know your partner. I'm talking about marriage here. You should know your partner. If they want verbal, give them verbal. If they want sexual, give them sexual. Whatever thing they want, give them in your forgiveness pack. Yes, ladies.
Oh my God. It's
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Rita. So
Yes.
before I go to the comments again, let me disagree with you, right? We're talking about do men communicate? We're not saying men don't communicate, because we cannot be that biased to say men don't communicate right here on this show. I don't think that's right, right? So we're saying, do men communicate, right?
Mhm.
Let me put an example what Mr. Rita was saying, like, and Miss Mollie, like, you cannot just accept that as how your partner is. There are things in Miss Mollie, Miss Rita, Miss Me that our
I miss
partners
you.
can never change,
I know.
right?
Okay. Yes.
See, they don't feel ever change of una. Una no come for this show can tell me say you know they accept, and there are things that we will not accept, that I'm not changing this for anything, right? The earlier there are people that learn how to come. Let me quote this example, right? In America and
Is
in
it my
Africa,
network or something is going on? Sorry.
It's your network. Okay. Now
it's your
you're
Hello?
network. Are we good now?
Is it my network?
No, you are still buffering. Can you hear, Mama? Yes? Okay, can you mute and unmute? Like just mute, unmute.
This morning, can you?
yes. We
I
can
think
see
it's my
you.
network.
Yeah. I think so.
All right, Erica, quick check. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
let me go back and come back in.
Okay.
Are you okay? Okay. I think all right, Miss Erica will be back shortly. So this is what I was this is what I was thinking, right? So in the US, let's call this US, I will be here for a little bit, and in Cameroon, where I grew up, there are two different ways of communication. You all will agree with me. Let's go to the homes. Before I talk about men, we're not going to talk about husbands. Let's talk about fathers
That's a
also,
gender.
right? We'll talk about a gender here.
Yeah.
Back home, when you came back from school, you had that failed grade. You will hide that report card from your dad, or you are scared because you don't hide it now. You cannot hide the report card forever. You are scared that your dad should not see this report card. And then at the end of the day, he sees it. What does he do? That a guava tree for backside, they beat you up for this, that like very well. I'll ask here how many, maybe a very few parents that dad told you that I'm sorry for that. No. He buy you shoe the next day. Say, hey Molly, come measure this shoe. He correct. Now for tell you say be sorry for what he do. But he did not tell you that he's sorry. In this other part of the world, I've seen, we're talking to our children. Like, what happened? Why are you failing in this, right? And then you speak to that child in a loud tone, and then they run and go into the room and lock the door, and then you go and knock. I think Miss Rita is back.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, thank
And
you.
then you go and meet your child and you say, oh, I'm sorry, I was just, it's just because I'm trying to figure out what was happening to you. So those are two ways of communicating. In 10 homes in Cameroon, this means that this means that happened here in the US does not happen there, right?
That's
Because
right.
parents, men back home, fathers will not tell you that they are sorry. They will come back even in throw some shoes, say, hey, go measure that shoulder correct, because of that beat you, they don't give you that day. Or don't come back buy biscuit, say take biscuit, but verbally, that I'm going back to saying communication was like speaking. He will not tell you that he's sorry. But meanwhile, here over in the US or other parts of abroad, we constantly tell these kids, oh, sorry, because I'm sorry I did that, and because of the culture. So I think communication, at this example that I'm giving, it depends on how you grow up with your family. It depends on the culture. Like in the society, that's the word of the God, that you find yourself in. So again, why do those people in Africa do not say sorry to their children if we want to say that communication has to be verbal? So I think that's wrong. I don't think communication has to be verbal, like 100%. I think there are many ways of saying they are sorry. They will cook you that favorite meal, you come back to the house and eat because they tell you they're sorry. Not everybody knows how to talk. Not everybody knows how to make you to feel happy with words. Please drop me a key of a new car out there. I'll be happy with it because I know that maybe that's your own way of saying you're sorry. I have my own ways of saying I'm sorry too. Maybe when you want to get back home because I was being a bitch a whole day, I cook you your favorite meal. That's my own way of saying that maybe I've forgotten about what has happened. I don't have to talk to you. That's what I think. I don't need to tell you that, hey, word for word, I am sorry. Maybe my ego is too big. Some people are very proud. And if you have been dating someone or you get married to someone, I'm just talking about dating because, of course, we're not tying it down to marriage. If you have been dating someone or you have been in a relationship with someone and for a little bit, you already know what they like and what they will not like. And just like in the other way, in reverse, that you cannot change what I want, I will not change you to always tell me that I love you, I'm sorry, can we talk about it? If you have your other ways of making me to understand that you are sorry or what you did was not right, I think I'll take it and let my relationship be happy rather than not talking to my partner maybe for 3 days in the house because I'm waiting for you to come and tell me that I'm sorry. Where maybe you don't use your own way for them to say I'm sorry, peace for don't rain sings. So I'm coming from the other side. Like, make peace. Hey, this life is very short the way we did. Make peace with what is happening. If you have a partner or talking about men, if you have a father or brother whose ways of communication is by action, I'll take it over somebody who does nothing. We'll go back to parents, go back to those fathers. Back home, our fathers will not tell us that they're sorry. Very few will tell you that they are sorry. They will look for ways to communicate to tell you that what they did was wrong. Meanwhile, in this other world, they are saying that they are sorry. So what's the difference? Is this society? So I'm bouncing back to the fact that communication doesn't only have to be about talking. There are so many ways to show that you are communicating with someone, be your partner, be your relative, or be it any. Oh, I talk about men today. We're talking about men today. Be it any male image or male figure that you have in your life. All right, before we go back to Miss Molly, let me pick a few comments. We have Miss Sahi Fogwe. Thank you so much. This is a new name on our platform today. And Miss Sahi Fogwe also has a show, I think. Thank you so much for joining us. He says, over time, you learn to communicate with your partner.
Mhm.
It gets better with time and
Mhm.
maturity in your relationship.
Of
Thank you
course.
so much. And then Precious says, absolutely say it out. Just the word I'm sorry heals a lot. That's true. Thank you, Precious, for that comment. And Sayi says, women will make love and the problem continues after.
Thank you, Bobo.
When she's right,
Mhm.
voila. Like, you have come there, instead of
Good.
telling me you are sorry, you are
Thank you
poking
so
me. Poke. We'll finish the poking now, and then what? Problems is stand for day. Thank you so much, Sagi, for
much.
that. And Doris, rich girl, watching all the way from Tico. Hi, Doris. Glad to have you back. And then we have Wendy Manka says, Mama, please add volume. Very, very true. Kudos. This is a new name on our show.
That's my
Thank you, Wendy.
sister-in-law. Love
And
you, love
then
you, love you, love you, love you.
I think Precious was talking about serious beating, but the next day he'll buy you top. That is what I was talking about. You got it, Precious. They will beat you and buy you top. That top is to tell you that I'm sorry. If you dare vex after that again, you will drink that top wine. Thank you so much. Um, so Sagi says, so may we move all men then to diaspora to change this communication style. I know, right? Because they will not tell you that they are sorry back home, but here they will. Thank you, Sagi. Uh, oh, okay. And she corrects me that she's not new. She watches the show all the time. Okay, I think
Oh,
we were seeing
thank
the comment
you.
for the first time. Thank you again. Thank you. And then Glam Queen in the house. She says, happy Sunday, sisters.
Yay,
Thank you so
bam.
much, Glam Queen, for joining. All
Thank
right.
you.
Miss Molly.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna rush on
Miss
this one. I
Molly?
know.
Miss
I'm gonna
Molly,
rush.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
If you
I'm
just
gonna
give me
rush.
1 second. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know we're talking like I think shut up and Miss Olivia was talking. Like when I was talking, I was saying that verbal is good. It's like 70 to 30.
Yes,
There's so
that's
many
what I
ways
wanted
people
to say. Yeah,
communicate.
that's what
Yes.
I wanted to
There's
say.
so
Yeah.
many. I didn't say 100. They'll bring flower, but you should know the partner or the person you're dealing with to know the way they want it. If you want, I love when you said peace, because if you know that I want it verbally and it's gonna make peace, why don't you just tell me so we'll move on with peace? So that's exactly how we're coming. It's not a
And the
hundred,
other way
no,
around now. Why
not
don't
a
you just
hundred.
accept my own way of communication and move on with peace? That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to look at it both ways though.
You That's why it makes sense. But if you're the one that hurt that person does their own way that they
Mm.
want you to communicate the forgiveness. Because
Yeah.
if I come to my husband,
Yeah.
he if I hurt him, he's like, I know he doesn't like verbal. He wants a gift. I'll go get him that gift. But he knows me. If he hurts me, all I want is tell me you're sorry. You can get my gift, but I want it verbally. So it's the way who forgive who hurt who. That's the way I was like saying, okay, you know the way to ask that man forgiveness, and the man knows the way to ask.
I get it,
Yes.
Miss Rita. So what if he does not come? So that's what I'm saying, peace now. What if he does not come? Will you be
Okay.
5 days at home?
So that is it. If it doesn't
Yeah.
come, that means that person too doesn't like
If
peace
from
because.
your own side too, he'd be like, I not go tell the girl say sorry.
But when the girl hurts him, the girl gives him what he wants to forgive, they let go. So why can't you do it? So to be honest with you, I understand you, but I don't think that that person is gonna let go because the person keeps doing it to you and letting go the forgiveness. And when it's the person's turn, you don't want to
Mm-hmm.
do it. You want to keep dragging it. Boo boo, boo boo. We're gonna drag it till you understand that it's your
Uh-huh.
turn to do the reverse.
Now for the peace to
Uh-huh.
come. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Miss
Yes.
Miss
Yeah.
Molly.
Yes. It
Yeah.
should be 50, it should be balanced.
Yeah. I
I cannot
agree.
be saying it to you, it's my turn. You now keep that damn I'm sorry, Mollie Show, but keep that damn egos aside. I
Okay.
didn't even know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, Miss
I
Molly.
agree
Let's go
with what
to
Henrietta is saying, right? Because
Okay, Miss Molly, please let me just take comments, then you
Oh,
go ahead.
okay.
Okay, so I see Gam Queen says men have a hard time communicating, especially apologizing verbally. They prefer to do it in action, some through gifts, some through knocking kanda. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's a few comments I've been having today. Thank you for that. And then Miss Lucina, yeah, one of our very names here.
oh,
Thank you so much for joining. She said she was just joining now. And Mr. Fortem Giver said men communicate very well. The problem is when they talk, they want you to listen. And if they cannot get that, they will prefer to stay quiet. Thank you so much for
Mm-hmm.
for
makes sense.
your uh for your comment. All right.
Yes.
Miss Molly, sorry, I just wanted to
Oh,
take
that's
those.
that's fine, Oli. Yeah,
As
I want to talk on what Gilbert dropped on the comment, but I also want to talk
Mhm.
on what you and Henrietta has been talking about, right? Communication, be it that's why for some family, then with the my papa, my parents, they don't say the pikin they different, the pikin they
Yes.
different.
Uh-huh.
Now the reason
Yes.
that way some pikin there where you go beat you buy his shoe in my
Mm-hmm.
house, my sleeping palava, so I need to leave am. So
Yep.
any papa get the way it please every pikin. If you want to look am for every family, I need the line. Papa dey where he go kato, papa dey he go treat you differently. Because
It's
this
true.
father, even though I get it what you are saying, that oh, they will say, no, me I be there na pikin wey if you fight, I will remember I say, that day wey you be nine me so. You see, I never let go. So I did I say, even for Cameroon, even in Cameroon, there every parent or every relative, even in your family as a whole, the way you interact with A is not the way you interact with B. And that's where Hereta is coming from, right? This person will go, even though I know that's another form of communication. But my point here is most of the time, if you ask even older people, they be hurt. They be
Mhm.
hurt, but they don't endure, they just learn for live so. But the idea for us now to say, no, fix the relationship.
Mhm.
Yeah. The fact say you do something, you not apologize, you give somebody flower, it don't mean say that communication being the way the person want me to communicate to him. Like in right I talk say everybody gets his own way where he want me to communicate, right? And I get the point where you Olivia you talk say what if you're waiting for that and it's not coming? What do you do? Now you don't put a lot of people, a lot of women, they are hurt. If you want to talk for woman, then one-on-one, you know, say a lot of women are hurt. They don't learn for live like that, but you know me say that they're happy. And we are the voice for here, right? I understand 100% play Olivia come and play Henrietta the come out where we are coming from. If and us women are the still insist, may we verbalize how we want me to communicate to we.
Boom. From the
Verbalize
very
how we want
beginning.
me. You have to verbalize it. They have to know. If your brother is not treating you well, tell your brother. Your cousin they treat you well, tell your cousin. Your cousin get for no say for the cousin I go do one for the other one if I try, it no go work. So we have to verbalize it. And the other thing that way, and Gilbert also said on the show, Gilbert said if you are talking to women, they don't listen. And if a woman doesn't listen, you don't want to talk. Yeah, I don't want to even go there. People where they listen more than woman. Man begin the name listen. The talk it say Don't be the way to you just talk now so.
Ladies, don't do that now. Don't do that now. Some men listen now.
Most, and that's why I keep saying that most men. I get Sorry if I don't say men. Most men don't do it. Most,
okay.
Especially for this one Android now where you go to talk for some man even for your phone. Then 2 days later, you don't do that. It's a whoosh thing. But we spoke about it yesterday. But what I want to say, please, I know say time day against us. What I want to say again, some men don't communicate because of us women.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Somebody drop that in the comment section too.
Some men don't communicate because of us women, right? A man, you have to make it that space for that man to communicate.
Of course.
You have to make it space. Be it your father, be it your. So papa they do it, they need communicate with some pikin, but some pikin that papa fit tell you all thing. No, always say the papa trust the pikin. Now say that pikin don't make that papa there for that space where if he comfortable, say I fit tell you, I fit be vulnerable in front of you. Yes. So I fit say it's us too. It's us. We want communication again. Can you handle the communication if the communication come? So some man to the look, you say sometimes you know even if you handle that communication, maybe better keep am. Say the talk they say too big. If I tell the my small sister, he go feed. If I tell my big sister go feed. If I tell my wife go feed. If I tell my neighbor, he go feed. So we have to create that space because it's on us too. You have your brother, you have your uncle, you know if you talk for you, just say my uncle need to tell me something. The last time your uncle will tell you something, you tell all man for family. Uncle come for confide in you. You put it out there. Grandpapa come for confide in you. You put it out there. For that situation now too, so it is fear. So that's what I just wanted to say. At times too, it's us. Yeah, they want to communicate, but the way we handle it. So that's just what I want to say. I'm sorry, you guys. I took all the time.
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. Yeah. Before let's try to make it a little snappy so we can appreciate our viewers for being here today, right? Ms. Areta, what do you think? You have something to say before we continue? Okay. I'll just take a few comments and I'll go back to Ms. Areta, then we'll conclude. Right. Okay, so we have Miss Geraldine Kwanji. Thank you for joining us today. She was agreeing to what
thank you so much.
She was agreeing to what Miss Mollie was saying, and the same as Precious. I think I did not miss anybody. And Miss Mollie, let me drop a little thing what you said. You said in the beginning of that's what I also think. In the beginning of any relationship, Miss Arita, can you hear me? Okay. In the beginning of any relationship, it's always good to make it. I'll call it paw prints now. Put them on the floor. Let me and Massa know, me and boyfriend know. Say I like so, right? And if at all he does not do that, it means that he don't indirectly talk say I don't care about you. That's like what Mr. Arita said at the beginning. So you don't wait me to apologize to take talk to Master Anu Guduam because you had already accepted from the beginning that it's okay not to apologize. You see the other side of it? Because of people, then no problem. When you don't come back, you don't, all items are sorry or not to give you a chop. You say yes, I go give the chop, and everything goes back normal. Would that man go ever tell you sorry again? No, he don't say you accept anything. And when he come back again, he go back to what I was saying about gift. He give you that flower, and there was no day that topic ever came up. Then he knows that the way of apologizing is what? A bunch of flowers. And don't get me wrong, ladies. There are some people who are very okay with that. They don't care because most of them grew up again in those homes that maybe the papa they enter the run. That's what I'm trying to say. Like their mother would tell them that it is okay. So tell my papa call you for palo, say me go chop for table. How? Yeah, I like to eat on the table with my family. But in some homes they do not see. That lady will take that into her own home. So if the husband apologize or tell you I'm sorry, it does not matter to her because again, na so man picking it. Maybe that's how you grow up. You are like, okay, na so man picking it and problem no there about that. So again, I think communication has a long way to start. Right in the beginning of the relationship, like at the very top. Yeah, if you're hurt, tell that person say, I don't like to have vex and tell me, even if for that one naughty way, and tell me say you sorry. Me say, okay, even though I know you're saying it at that point, you don't mean it. You know that kind of way, no. So I'm sorry, no, say yes, yeah, tell me my yeah. That particular person will know that inside the relationship. If I not tell you, I say, I'll be sorry, I have a problem. But if the person not tell you and everything goes on fine, it means that you have accepted the fact that your communication, your own way of receiving your communication can be different. Thank you. Mr. Rita, you say you want to say something? Let me take these
Yep.
comments that
Okay,
you
take it. I'll say then we
okay.
just conclude.
Yes.
Okay. A Glam Queen says, Gilbert is right. Men will tell you what they want, but most times it's not what we want or can handle. So we tend to ignore it. That's what causes the confusion. Thank
Yeah.
you, Glam Queen, for that. And then Miss Pressure said, we get to understand the way our men behave in every situation. From there,
Yeah,
we will understand how we apologize. Thank you,
true.
Precious. Thank you. Miss Erida, let's go.
Thank you so much, Miss Olivia, for that. I know we're almost running out of time, and basically, communication is a two-way stream, and it shows that most of the time you communicate with someone, and if a man has to communicate, either he's communicating with the wife, the sister, or the brother. But now you're the person that they're communicating to. How do you receive it? So I think Mr. Gilbert is right on that, because most of the time I always say when we want to put a blame on someone, we always ask ourselves, what did we do? You
Yeah.
know, somebody can be communicating to you, but the way you're reacting and the way he's talking to you, you're so mean and like, you know, Shimanfu, huh? And the person, his communication, or that man's communication will not even go through, because he will be like, why am I even communicating with someone that the person doesn't care? So, Mr. Gilbert, thank you for that. And I think we women, sometimes we're sarcastic. I'm sorry, I'm a woman, but sometimes we're so sarcastic that your man might be talking to you and you don't even you don't even care. Like you're on your phone or you're just doing something else. I think we should sit back, and when somebody's talking to you, they're taking the time to do what they want to do. It might be flowers, it might be what, but show them that zeal of you accepting it, because you might even communicate with someone, man, and the person wouldn't even accept the communication. So I think it's our place, those that are getting the communication, to receive it well, to be like we must, or no, to be like accepting that communication at that time. And again, like Miss Olivia said and Miss Molly, it's all together. Men, we love you all. We accept you all. You have your background, where you were born, how you were brought into society, everything. But it is now. It's 2024. What do you think is the right thing to do to keep it going? Because the past, the people in the 80s, 60s, 90s, my dad, the way of communicating with our mom was so different. Are we going to bring this to this table because that's how we're brought in? Are we going to bring it into our families, into our friends and relatives because that's how? I don't think so. I think that we're bringing everything in table, how the next person is bringing theirs and how the society is bringing it. Back home in Cameroon, it's still 2024, the same like 2024 year. So why do we still back home in Africa think that we still have to keep the olden days? It's 2024. We can copy a positive thing from each other. So if anybody is still there in their ages and their back thinking, please, it's 2024. Keep your family happy. Keep your friends happy. Keep them happy. It might be for your detriment. I will keep saying that. Not everything is for your good. It might be for your detriment, but you're going to get out from that detriment. And I know we have 1 minute. I don't know if Ms. Molly want to conclude, but that's just what I wanted to say.
Thank you, Olivia. Go ahead, and Olivia will conclude for the day, and we are
Okay.
done for the day. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. We had a lot of viewers today. We had a lot of comments. We are extremely grateful to you guys. It took us a little bit, but we're back. I see some few comments. I see one from Glamping says, very true. It's good to ask, and they don't then let them think that it's okay not to do it. And she says this is a good topic. We thank you all so much. I swear I cannot list all your names, but we're grateful you joined us. If
Thank you.
you have been following our show, you know it's okay to let us know the topic that you want us to discuss. You just need to inbox any of us, or you inbox the Mollie Show and tell us about an interesting topic that you think we can have. Again, if you have been following us, we know we are on Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're on YouTube, and on Instagram. And we are hoping that we'll have more guests. If you want to be a guest on a Molly Show, again,
Mhm.
drop into any of our inboxes. Tell us that you want to be a guest for this particular topic, and
Yeah.
we'll make arrangement for that. Because of course we are here because we have an awesome audience out there. So please continue to follow our page, continue to like, continue to comment. We hope to get better with you all. We can only get better if you tell us what's going on. Tell us, hey, I want you to improve on stuff like this. Why don't we do this? Let's talk more about a particular topic. We are very open to that.
Yeah.
And again, have a very great new week starting. And we pray that we continue to grow together with you all. Thank you so much. From all
Thank
of
you
us at the
guys.
Molly Show, let's have a great rest of your
Thank
Sunday.
you.